Afternoon all, Rich Dawson here, part of the kayak team swimming the Solent for the Ian Pratt Foundation 2017. So talking to Tony and Co, we decided to shoot a little video for you just to show you what kind of gear I take based on experience and learnings from previous years, and thought it might help you just to let you know what to get if you're not so experienced. I know many of you are experienced kayakers, so I know many of you will know what to do, but this is for just general information, not teaching the pros what to do. So anyway, here I go. So typically on the day, I tend to wear kind of a rash vest, sportsdirect.com. I stick a Ian Pratt t-shirt on the top, and then excuse this haphazard, pair of swim shorts just in case. Not just in case, because they're needed, obviously. And then a pair of wetsuit boots. It means the feet can get wet, but more importantly, over where we leave in Ryde, it's very slippery as we drop down off the sea wall. And then over on Stokes Bay, it's very stony. So shoes are a must. So don't try it without it, because you will be walking very slowly and in pain. Because I'm follically challenged, I use a hat as well. And obviously a pair of sunglasses, which I tether to my head because being a jet skier of recent months, I've lost multiple pairs, so get them in there. Mobile phone case, just in case you want to shoot some pictures on the way, or just keep in touch with everyone, so that's quite handy. And obviously sunglasses, there we go. So I pack a pair of gloves, and again, if it's cold, not necessary, 100% necessary, but just me being me. Now, I kind of store all this stuff in multiple types of bags, so you can get these off eBay, very cheap, kind of a general dry bag. But probably I would suggest upgrading to something like this one. That's a 15-litre bag, 100% waterproof once it's all rolled down. And that gets stashed in the back of my kayak with the gear that I don't need. I carry a radio as well. Pod leaders will have radios, but if you do have one and you're licensed, then do bring it along. We flip over to a private channel and then we can use it. Most importantly is your buoyancy aid. Those that have got them, great. Those that haven't, I know I've put a shout out to you. We just need to make sure that it obviously matches your weight and body shape to make sure it's okay. I use a touring type one because it's got pockets and things I can stuff stuff. Food and drink on the day. There are no shops on the Stokes Bay side. So what I'm suggesting is that you take as much water and food that you need for the entire day. So pack lunch, snacks, water. Typically I take one of those on the way there, water bottle, and one on the way back. That kind of covers off what my personal consumption. There are toilets over in Stokes Bay, so that's not an issue. The ones over on the Ryde side are a little jaunt around the corner from the launching point, but it shouldn't have an issue. In terms of the boat, I tend to tether my bag and the swimmer's bag, and you'll be required to take a light swimmer's bag with you. So we need to tether those in, and obviously carry the swimmer's shoes, so when they get out the other side they can walk up the beach, because the chance of you landing bang on the rendezvous point onto concrete is sometimes fairly slim, so that's important. So just make sure you have a pre-think about, this is a tandem boat, and obviously you can see there's quite a lot of space in this one. There's a cubby in the back where we will bungee a couple of bags in. That's not an issue, but typically where I've used the singles before, like the Perception scooter here, the 15 foot at the top's a bit different because he's got hatches, but you can bungee straps, bungee them down to the middle. What I'll do, I'll bring a big packet of bungees with me on the day, so if we do need to bungee stuff down, it just means when you're dropping the boat down off the seawall, things aren't falling out. Paddle tethers for the use that are single paddlers in single kayaks is going to kind of be kind of key as well. If you're tandem like this one, it's not so bad because you've got a bit more room to put the paddle, and your other co-paddler can hold on to it while you tend to the swimmer or give the swimmer a drink, etc. In regards to swimmers' drinks, yes, they will need them, they will have them, and again we'll bring some of this kind of bungee cord with us, so we can tie the drink onto the boat to make sure that it's all safe and that we don't lose their drink. Previous years where we've dropped one or they've actually run out, I've actually given them mine, so I do pack a little extra water in, or squash, whatever you fancy. But as I said, just to reiterate, take all the food and drink you need for the entire day. Extra gear that I take, so I pack a pair of waterproof trousers into my dry bag. That's just to keep the wind off, and should it get inclement. And I also use a cag, or cagall. That's a kayaking one. Rolls down very tight. You've got to remember you're paddling at the swimmer's pace, so you're not going to get up any kind of body heat at all. It is a very, very slow paddle across, some 2.5, 3 hours in some cases. So be prepared. The wind does whip round. You're not going to be getting that warm. So base layer, as I said, the rash vest I use, and the cag, and the waterproof trousers. If you are on the other side and it's getting slightly inclement, at least you can just pop a pair of these over trousers on and you keep fairly warm. Other stuff that we'll generally carry, kind of things like floating rope, should we need to tow a kayak behind a rib or anything like that. So we've got some extra bits. But just have a think about your boat, where you're going to store the gear, what type of gear you're going to use, and where you're going to store it in advance. Say buoyancy aids are fairly cheap, 30 odd quid. Get one for the right size. Rash vest, Sports Direct, probably 8 quid or something from them. And then things like the dry bag from eBay or Amazon, fairly cheap again. Things like sun hats, sunglasses, you know, they're easy to find. That's probably about it for the gear. If you've got any questions, give us a shout. But this was just to give you that kind of preamble of what you might need on the day, and typically the kind of the gumph I take with me, minus all the food. But any questions, let us know. As you can see, the sun's out and it's not long to go. Cheers all.